It's Monday.
It's Monday.
And we here.
Well,
second episode, season 3.
Booyah.
Deuce on your ass. Y'all don't mind me. I'm drinking my tea because my stomach hurts. So.
Oh no. Your stomach. It's like that?
But I got ginger in this cup, so I'm about to get all the way together.
I guess my Crown and Coke ain't gonna help you.
No, ma'am. No, I'll
She-
take you up on that offer next week, though.
I like your scarf, Shantae.
You. Fashion Nova, $4.
It is cute. It is.
You
I'm trying to get Fashion Nova to sponsor us.
I can't.
You fine, sis. You fine.
I cannot do. But no, it is a cute scarf. She got a little scarf to the side. Okay. I guess.
Hit y'all with the Uzi shoulder.
Alright. So, howdy, guys. Welcome. Happy Monday. So,
Thanks for tuning in, whoever is here.
Yeah, thanks for being on time, you guys. We love it. So for this episode, we're gonna kind of do a continuation from the last one. We actually have a special guest that we're going to introduce you to, just to kind of get a male's perspective on the topic. But the end of episode 1, we were discussing how we felt about women embracing their sexuality and whether or not it's a thin line between that and the whole culture that's being put out in the media, and has it gone too far, especially when we think about the youth and the young girls that are looking up to the celebrities that kind of are pitching this whole culture out there. So we're gonna, discuss that. Feel free to leave, some comments on that while we do that. If you have any type of advice or opinions that you want to put out there, and then we're gonna discuss what it means to have Kamala Harris as our vice president. How people feel about it, whether or not I feel like even if you don't completely agree with the parties that were elected,
Exactly.
I feel like it still had an impact because of
it's still history, regardless of
exactly
who it is.
So
regardless of who it is, it's still history. I feel like it's still the first female, and it's still the first Black person.
Isn't it a little bit sad that we're saying the first anything though in 2020? Like we shouldn't still be saying this is the first Black, because that should have been happening.
You're right.
Yep. Let's discuss that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
And then to end it off, we're gonna have an open discussion. There's some things that we would like to talk about and discuss with you guys, and feel free to chime in. And the reason why we want to continue to go live is so you guys can engage with us as well. So if you have anything you want to discuss with us, feel free to drop it in the comments. Let's get our guest in here.
Yes, let's get him in. He is here and waiting, so I'm gonna let him in. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you. You be so party.
Is it loud where I am? Is it too loud?
You need some light.
I know. I'm in a bar. We're having like a podcast gathering. Y'all need to go somewhere with more light. Y'all need more. Y'all need me to find more light.
Well, we want to see your face.
All right, let me see.
Well, that position that you just turned in was pretty good. You had good lighting right there.
Let me see. Is this good enough?
Yeah, that's good.
It's better. Oh, you sat down. Oh.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay, it's better. Yeah, there you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. We wanted to get Mel's perspective on this. I feel like this topic is really controversial. But if you want to kind of introduce yourself to the audience, who you are, what it is you do, and where you can be found.
Okay, it's a little bit noisy.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to the car and turn the light on. Hey, I'll be right back. All right, let's see.
Ooh.
Give me a sec, ladies.
Just jamming my head.
Jamaica, twerk us through the intermission.
Right? This is live, y'all.
It's good?
Oh, that is awesome.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yes, better. Woo! All right. So I guess we're going to get into our topic.
Well, let him introduce himself. And
yeah, the people want to know who you are, what you do, where can they find
you?
Okay, all right. Well, my name is Ardell. I'm an on-air personality, program and director for a radio station here in Gainesville, Florida, 98.9 Jamz. What is my Instagram and Twitter at chefboyad_.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also an actor of some sorts, right, Hattie?
Yeah, he's the best action actor ever.
Oh my gosh! Now you putting a lot on it.
Where at?
Where can we catch you?
Well, we worked on showing them together.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for that to come out. That's supposed to be out July because of COVID.
Oh, recently, the recent project that you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one in June.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you coming through and being willing and ready to sit down with our crazy asses.
No problem at all.
I'm sorry. But anyway.
So now I guess we can go ahead and hop right into it. We talking about
we can get into it now, right?
Yeah. Hoe culture. And is there a thin line between hoe culture and a woman embracing her sexuality?
Yeah. That's the topic, the main topic.
Yeah.
Maybe of the year.
Yeah, I feel like that's been like a hot topic, especially with like Meg, the headlines and everything, people having their opinions. But when you think about the youth and how they look up to like, certain celebrities, do we feel like the way that they're going about embracing, their sexuality, is there a thin line? Have they gone over, has it gone too far? You have a daughter, so be honest.
Yeah, I am gonna be honest. Me personally, I don't think they've gone far.
I'm sorry.
Only because with the quote unquote hoe culture, what I've learned in my experience is that women who are deemed hoes by society, they tend to be more fun. They tend to be more accepting of themselves. And when you have the Meg and the Cardis, to me as a parent, I look to me more so than I look to them to like, shelter themselves, because they do have an audience to feed. Like there's an audience for everybody. So what they're doing and how they're, portraying their lives, what I respect about Cardi is because she's so open, it's not much room for you to say she's lying. Now, Meg, on the other hand, we don't know because we don't know that much about her personal life. But we grew up with Cardi. So for me as a dad, I got to do a good job of shielding my daughter from that until she's old enough I can't really control it. I don't think they're crossing the line. I just think that the platforms that they're putting their stuff on needs to do a better job of monitoring, how easily accessible it is. Because that's the only problem.
Okay, I got something to say. Because the platforms that Cardi, Meg Thee Stallion is on, and when they present it, they never say it's made for kids. So yes, they upload whatever on Instagram. Yes, they upload on YouTube. Wherever they upload from, never said it's made for kids.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But as parents, yes, we have to, of course, I guess guard them from seeing certain things. but at the same time,
Can't be there
when we were kids, when we seen certain shit, like we wasn't supposed to be seeing it.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, I don't even think Cardi B is giving out whole culture. That's one thing. I know people gonna hate me for this, but I do not think Cardi B is giving out whole culture because one, I don't feel like maybe she was a past hoe, but I don't think she's a current hoe because she's only been talking about fucking one person. Oops, sorry for my language, but she's only been talking about fucking one person.
She has a husband. This is her husband that she's engaging with.
Right.
But let me ask you this. I have a question. How old is your daughter, if you don't mind?
She just turned 1 in July. She's young.
Oh, okay, so you got a long way to go.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a baby.
Because I got a 13-year-old.
Okay.
And it's a whole lot easier to say, oh, it's up to the parents to censor.
Yeah.
But when they get a certain age, you got to think about it. These kids spend 8-9 hours a day away from you.
Yeah.
And you, at some point, you're no longer their biggest influence. They got their little friends, and we don't know what go on in their household that they could be exposing your child to. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like the platforms that these artists are using to promote their music, it's a business, it's a brand. I get it. But the platforms that they're using, it don't have a stipulation on age. There's no ratings on YouTube. There's no way for you to kind of block. There is ways to kind of block it out. But let me tell you, in my personal experience, I got a 13-year-old daughter. I got 2 12-year-old sons. They're going to find it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what I mean by it's on the parents is at the end of the day, all you can do is parent to the best of your ability. Personally, right? Exactly. I feel like a lot of times when I was exposed to a lot of stuff, I was exposed to a lot of stuff early, especially sexually. But as I got older, I found myself not being in bad situations when I wasn't around the people that raised me because of the life lessons. So you're right. As a parent, we can't always be there. So what I mean by as a parent is I can only give the guidance to my daughter the best way I know how and just continue to be in her life. And then when she comes across those experiences without me, I just got to trust she'll make the right decision. Now, I'm also prepared for her to make the wrong decision as well, because I made some wrong decisions. Okay, exactly. Here's one thing I want to say about the whole culture. I believe personally that everybody should either experience a whole phase or try to go through a whole phase.
Why do you think that, AD? Why do you think that, AD?
Because think about it. She just said Cardi's not talking about having sex with a bunch of men. She's talking about having sex with one man. Now we know where she came from, right. Where she grew up, she matured, she married, and now she's talking about what every husband wants to hear from their wife. At least me, if I was a husband, that's what I want to hear from my wife. I like how abrasive and how bold Cardi is. I'm pretty sure it's annoying when he tries to take a nap, but that's another topic. Yeah, I think people should go through a whole phase or try to have a whole phase, because going through a whole phase is not for everybody. Some people are just one person people for life. But you won't know that unless you try to experience that. And then once you do experience that, if you do it successfully, eventually it's going to get old. You don't want to settle down with somebody just because you're getting older in age. You want to settle down with somebody because you're mature enough. And going through a whole phase, everybody gets to a point that goes through a whole phase at some point in time where it's like, you know what, I'm over this. I'm settled now. I done seen it all, done it all, or tried to do it all.
And this is not how I want to live my life.
Yeah, I'm cool. So now that when they do get with a husband or a wife, they're not wondering what they're missing out on.
True.
That's why I think everybody should go.
Now,
go ahead.
I don't think that is for everybody, though.
You're right. That's
not for everybody.
Yeah, because
that's why I said try it.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of people who don't need to try it to know, who it is they want to be with. I know a couple people who have had very successful, long-lasting, happy, healthy relationships, and it was the person that they've, it's the only person that they've ever been with. Like,
and that's
Rebecca,
cool.
for instance, you know, she just got married. You know her morals and what she stands by. You know, typically if you're a Christian, you don't, you know, the book is you don't have sex until you're married and da. So what do you say for people like that? Now, before you answer that though, I do want to point out that, okay, so say this is something that you have a discussion about with your daughter when it's time.
Yeah.
I do think that we are not able to be with our kids 24/7. You're not able to shield them from everything. You cannot, that's just not something that's a guarantee. So do you think that it's important to sit them down and have those, like you said, Shantae, last week, like have those conversations and, you know, let your daughter know, like, hey, look, you may think she talking about da, but she got one husband and that's the only person she's doing that with. And if you're going to go out there and have those experiments, be safe, be careful. There is a such STDs. You don't want to have any type of regrets. There's also such thing as having kids with somebody you don't want to be tied to for the rest of your life with. You don't want to make those kind of mistakes. So I think it is very important to sit them down and have those, you know, distinctive conversations with them. So it's not like they're getting all the information from their friends or from the media and drawing their own conclusions. And then after that, give it up to them. But what do you say for people who want to save them for marriage?
No problem at all. All right. So if you're sorry, I was letting somebody in the door. Honestly, if that's not for you, that's cool. I just learned in my experience who I am as a man and who I am as a person and what I've experienced. I need someone who has experienced something of the sort. You ain't have to have ran through. You don't got to have a body count. I'm not going to ask anyways, but you don't got to just be that. But I mean, you had time when you were single, you experienced some things, you saw what you wanted to see in a man, you didn't like that, you moved around, you was running around with your friends, whatever. That's just me. If that's not the person, the two people that are together, then that's fine, because that could just mean that they're made for each other. But for me personally, I need you to have some kind of whole phase in your past, because I'm a pretty open person when it comes to a relationship. And well, in general, like I can have, you know, I pride myself on being able to have conversations about anything just off the strength of it just being a conversation. So what I've learned is just that when I've come across women who may have had past, or even, you know, we're talking strippers or college or whatever the case may be, they tend to accept me more as the complete man that I am, and not just the man that you see on social media and whatnot. Like I can make a mistake or, you know, be goofy or whatever. It's not like this. I'm not held to a certain I don't want to say a standard, but I'm able to let my guard down a little more, because they tend to be a little more down to earth. I'm not saying that's for all of them. I'm just saying that's what I've experienced.
This is what I would say as far as everybody having a whole phase. When I say everybody have a whole phase, I don't necessarily mean go out and have sex with a bunch of different people.
Exactly.
What I mean is, because
that too,
only people who know what's going on in your bedroom is you, and whoever you sharing your bed with. So we really can't call people hoes per se, because we don't know what they doing.
Yeah.
When I say whole phase, what I really mean is get out there, interact with different people, step outside of your comfort zone, and experience life. It doesn't have to involve sex.
Exactly. You don't have to always dedicate yourself to one person because that's what you feel like. You could have.
There's plenty of people that I've dated that have never stepped foot in my bedroom, or I've never stepped foot in theirs. You know what I'm saying? But that something about them have taught me something to take on later on in life. Like, okay, I know I don't want a bum who stay at home. Doesn't mean that I have to sleep with a bum to figure that shit out. But if I dated a bum or two, I'm gonna be like, no, this is not what I want. So it kind of helps you along the way figure out what it is and what it ain't that you want. You know what to look for. I do agree that I feel like people who have experienced more are a little more down to earth and more open and understanding, because they have a broader view of the world and they have a better understanding of there's no black and white. there is a gray area for almost everything. And it's
everything, yeah.
You can't put things into different compartments and think it's only going to stay in that compartment. It's like when you in school and they teach you the Venn diagrams and how you got the part in the middle that incorporate all the pieces. That's kind of what life is really like. It's that part in the middle.
Yeah.
And
so
Hattie,
I do think you need to go out there and experience that.
Yeah.
And Hattie, you asked me how would I explain it to my daughter when she's older. Well, first, as a creative, I know how to articulate the difference between art and life. Now, I'll also explain to her that sometimes art imitates life. And a lot of these artists are rapping what they see or what they hear, or sometimes what they experience. Exactly. So there's a difference. I'm going to let her know, like, okay, she's rapping these words, but it's for one man. You know what I mean? Or if this girl is rapping about a bunch of different men, then she's at that point in her life. You're not at that point in your life yet. You may become. I can't control that. If you do get out and experience that side, make sure you protect yourself. I'm always going to be the catalyst of, I'd rather you come to me for protection versus trusting someone else and having that open door. Because I know how I was as a 14, 15, 16-year-old boy. And if it wasn't for my grandmother having that like open door, like, hey, I'd rather you come to me for condoms rather than, using the excuse you didn't have the money to buy them. You know what I mean? And it saved me from a lot of, I'm assuming, STDs and unwanted pregnancies and all kind of, stuff. I mean, I'm not with my daughter's mother, but she's an amazing mother and we're the best of friends. And that's partly because when I was having sex with her, I always have sex. If I'm not going to use protection, then it's always in the back of my mind, if I get this person pregnant, am I okay having a child by them? Mm-hmm. And I have to explain that. Those are just life lessons I would have to explain to my daughter.
Yeah.
And my mom actually was good with that, because I'm not going to sit here and act like this is new stuff that they rapping about. Because when I was a little girl, I got popped in the mouth for saying the Sprite can was going to disappear in my throat. And that was Lil' Kim in the 90s. Okay, my mother popped the shit out of me like, girl, what did you just say out your mouth? And I'm like, well, why you playing it in the car if you don't want me saying it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you playing it if you don't want me? So but one thing that she always did tell me, which I didn't listen to, and I should have, she did tell me, she said, be careful, every man that you lay with got the potential to be a baby daddy. Mm-hmm. So can you see yourself being attached to that person for the next 18 to 20 some years? I take it a step further with my kids and let them know, like, 18 to 20 plus years, that don't stop you from having to deal with that person. Right. Because I'm in my 30s and my mother and my father still have to have communication when it comes to me and my children. So I tell mine straight up, listen, everybody that you lay down with got the potential to be a part of your family tree forever. So this is a lifetime. This is generations of shit you're going to be stepping into. Right. They have, gone through my purse and seen condoms, and they'll be like, Mommy, what's this little gold thing? And I'm like, hey, put that shit back. Mind your business. When they were little. But as they got older, I explained to them, this is so I don't keep making the same mistakes over and over. Not to say that my children were mistakes, but if I would have known in my early 20s what I know now in my early 30s, things would have been a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I would have made better choices. Still would have chose the kids, but I would have made better choices otherwise. So I think it's important to make sure that you have an open and honest conversations with your children, but also being open and honest with yourself enough to say, yo, I fucked up. Right. Because your kids need to see that you're human. They need to see that you're human. Yeah. So it all kind of ties into each other. As long as your kids know, okay, look, number one, 95%, this is what I tell mine, 95% of what you see on the internet is fake. Yep. That's exactly. This shit is not real.
Even what men rap about, it don't be real. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you gotta think about that as well. Like, when we think about it, any entertainment that we watch, movies, shows, even reality TV, all of this is to put up a show for us to be entertained, what we might think is interesting. So of course might flex or some shit. Cardi B probably not even doing all of this shit in the bed, but it sound good.
First of all,
good.
as an adult, I would have this conversation with my daughter, like, hey, what she's rapping about is probably once every 6 months. When you're married or in a relationship, it don't go down like that. Just like in a movie, like in a
boom, boom, boom,
yeah. It's the same. It's the same in a movie. Like you see a movie, something may have happened. That's not every day in that person's life or the character in that movie. That's just like over a weekend or a week or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
That the height of whatever was happening is happening.
Exactly.
That's why I have frequent arguments with my young boys all the time when they talking about, yeah, I'm about to be fucking 7 times a day. Like, no, my brother. There's no possible way you can be rich and have sex 7 times a day. That's not how it works. That is
not even gonna last more than 15, 20 minutes. Play
7 times? Are you gonna work?
So it's just painting a picture of reality to her. And because I am a creative, by the time she's old enough to see what I do, then she'll have a firsthand view of like, all right, this is what daddy does. This is what he's a part of, the industry he's a part of. And I see from an early age how fake this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that way she can kind of grow and learn that, by the time she's 13, 14, early teen, she will know like, okay, like I know what this rapper is rapping about is not real, whatever the case may be. So, but yeah, I don't think it's a thin line. I just think there is no line. And I think people are now having to be forced not to be as judgmental because people are finally living in their truths in the open. So that's all quote unquote whole culture is you embracing all your sexuality. Like I appreciate that stuff, like me personally. But then again, I've been exposed to women from an early age who, embrace themselves, who were pimps, who were drug dealers, who were strippers. And these are some of the same women who went on to be doctors and nurses and lawyers and all that stuff. So seeing how both sides of the spectrum can work in your favor, it's a good way to teach my daughter, okay, just because she strips doesn't mean she's less of a person than Meredith Grey.
And just because she's in tune with her sexuality does not mean she's a hoe.
Yes. I would rather my daughter be in tune with her sexuality when she gets to that age.
Yeah.
Because she's not going to rely on a man to tell her how her body's in tune.
Would you say that there are some celebrity women? Because I don't have any. I'm not opposed to women embracing their sexuality. I actually agree with what you're saying. I think people should live in their truth and not hide behind, like feeling bad because they think or feel a certain way, and it's not the same as the majority of people that they know. But do you think some people who are in the spotlight are being authentic with it?
No, I don't think. I think it's super hard to be super authentic in the spotlight. That's why I like Cardi B, because her spotlight was found after she showed her authentic self.
Correct.
So now, I think about Megan Thee Stallion, right? We've never seen, with the exception of this incident with Tory, which we still don't know every detail, which we won't because, nobody, we're not as popular or as famous as they are. We've never seen her, her human side. She lost her mother, she lost her grandmother, going through stuff, fighting with the label. We never heard about it, never seen it. We just saw her twerk her way in through everything, right? So it's gonna be.
Because I'll be ready.
No, I like it too. I think Meg's dope. But me as a person who's lost a parent, I know what that does to a person. And for you to just keep working and grinding and not that can become unhealthy for a person. So that when you do have your authentic experience, it comes off as crazy. So I don't think a lot of artists know how to be authentic because they're so used to being perceived as perfect that they're scared not to be perfect. And that's why,
she's exactly who I was thinking of when I asked you a question. I think I don't think her background is the same as Cardi's. She had both her parents in her life, but they ended up passing away,
Yeah.
Eventually, you know, early, and
I didn't even know that.
yeah, she's educated. She's currently in college right now. So I kind of feel like, is this what she's portraying, her authentic self, or is she doing this because of an image?
You know what I think? I think that, you know how you have movies, right? A movie always starts from like a small idea or a small question, and then it gets blown up into this multimedia production, this multi-dollar production. I think that may have happened some of Meg. She could rap, and she could rap very well. So that means she could rap about the stuff she raps about. And that could be like a small piece of her. And because that's the piece that's the most interesting to the masses, that is, it's blown up and it's become what her brand almost. And then I think as she gets older, I think she'll be in a better position to come into it as a woman, you know, come into her, I don't know, her Michelle Obama-ish ways. But that's not until she gets older. Like now she's young. I think now she's literally going through her whole phase as an artist.
Yeah,
And
on
then
display.
And that's
and
what
then
I'm
she'll grow out of it.
I mean,
Because
even
even with
Meg Thee Stallion, she's young. She's not. She's what 28 years old, I think. She's still in her younger.
Yeah.
I didn't even know she was that old. I thought
Yeah,
she was younger than
I
that.
thought she was younger than that.
I thought she was like
I
24.
I don't even know if she's that old.
She's older than Cardi B. Yeah.
Okay, and Cardi's like 26, so that might be right.
Yeah, so she's older than Cardi B. So she's still in her younger stage, and she's also still a new artist. Whatever you think about it, most female artists that become big, what do they show? Like it's for entertainment. I get it. I'll shake some ass too.
And I also think when it comes to like producers and stuff, they could do more on their end. Like I remember one time, I think it was Jermaine Dupri who came out saying something about how he feels about the female rappers in Hoe Culture. But the thing is, dude, there are other female rappers out there who are dope as fuck, who are not using sexuality to boost their career. So if you want more of that, you're Jermaine Dupri. Like reach out to those people. They're not hitting. You have, you know, you have a lot of
right. Put them on.
I mean, I like the female rappers that didn't, don't show their body as well. But at the same time, these females is entertaining us, but also they're entertaining men. The men complain about it, but they love it because they watch it.
Yeah, men. Don't get me started. First of all, I love it. But what I would say is this, right? And I do have a gripe with some women artists. Only because they allow men to get in between what it is they want to do. So for instance, like with men in rap, right? You could have somebody as raunchy as Trick Daddy, get with someone who is super lyrical and they can make a song together and that can be accepted. Whereas not often do you experience a woman who raps about the stuff that Meg and Cardi rap about that would get with Rhapsody on a song, on a single, not on an album cut. I mean, on a single. So women have a lot of control within the music industry. And I just don't think sometimes they don't use it enough. And they allow, well, in recent years, they haven't been doing it. But in the past, they've allowed men to forge this wedge between they can only be one at a time or one at the top or whatever the case may be. And what the men aren't explaining is it's the art of the sport. Like rap is the competition, right? So what the women aren't understanding is that yes, like we're all vying for the spot, but it's not personal. Like men who rap, and I've seen this because I've seen famous rappers in person argue about who's the best and get almost to fights and then go out and have a drink later. You know what I mean? So I think women need to do, and they're starting to. I think there need to be way more women producers that get put on so that those things can happen. Secondly, I think they need to be way more women executives so that they can put those things in position. And like label heads, people who are in charge of record labels or A&Rs, women need to be put in that too, because I've always been taught that women have the better ear for music. Women can hear a hit, even if a woman is not in the music industry. I mean, y'all hear something and y'all know off the rap if you like it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember back in the day they used to say women is what makes who you're supposed to sell the records to, because women are
that's still it's still the same way. It's still the same way. Ain't nothing changed. That's why that's why Megan and Cardi they're not big because of men. Like, cool, they're good to look at, but it's the empowerment, the embracing the women that get behind them that have pushed them to the top. Because, you know, we don't stream music as much as women do. Y'all play music for every damn thing.
That's true.
We don't.
You sure do.
That's true. I got a song for different vibes.
And I got a song for every situation and scenario.
Exactly.
Right in my head.
Sometimes I want to be a fake hoe. Sometimes I want to be holy. Sometimes I want to be
sometimes I'm in my feelings.
My dancehall reggae feel. I just want to be like I'm in a carnival. And sometimes I want to be a real ass nigga. So it's different stages to my music.
Exactly.
Because I be playing all day. I be playing my music all day. You be like, what? All day, different stages.
Even my kids, they be like, Mommy, how do you know this song? Where did you learn this song? I be like, listen, I'll put you on, okay?
Right?
Oh my God.
Get my playlist, because you learn a whole bunch of different type of music.
Anyway. Some very good points.
Oh man, we appreciate you coming.
No problem at all.
Sometimes with men, I get annoyed, but I was not annoyed by you. Like, I was not annoyed by you. I felt like you was one of us.
Hey, what do you mean?
But yeah, I mean, Hattie, no, I'm gonna always be honest. Like, if y'all would ask me something, you know, whatever y'all was gonna ask me, I was gonna be honest. But I appreciate the quote unquote whole culture, just because I like when women embrace themselves, like, just because of how I was raised. So I'm never one to be like, you know, why you got that on or ask your body count. I was just raised by a different type of like person, like people. So my level of thinking, especially in regards to women, is just a lot different. That's why it's hard for me to connect with women, because a lot of women I come across a lot of women say they want intellectual conversation, but they can't, because they always personalize it. They always make it about them. And it, you know, sometimes it's hard to have that. Like, if you want to talk about sex, like, you should be able to talk about sex with a woman and her not be like, or feel, unless you're making advances to her. But if it's just an open conversation about what you guys like and pleasures and what you seek in a partner, that should be an open and honest conversation, because sex is a part of life.
Absolutely.
So
exactly.
That's my only problem with some women. A lot of women say they embrace themselves, but can't have a sexual conversation intellectually.
Exactly. But you know why? You know why? Because in the back of our minds, we still have this fear of being judged.
Understood. I understand that. And I still deal with that as well, as, you know, thinking that I'll be judged. But I just developed a level of like, fuck it, that if you're going to judge, I'd rather you judge me for being me than you judge me for not being me.
Right.
Don't misjudge me.
Right.
Yeah. If you're gonna judge me, you can judge right. Like, if I walk into church and I'm talking the stuff I'm talking, I expect you to think a certain way because of the atmosphere you're in.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna fake the funk for nobody. But this was cool, man. Like, I know we all doing quarantine, and well, kind of. But do y'all ever get together y'all ever get together in person to do this?
We used to, but I don't live in Florida no more.
What? Where you live at?
Atlanta.
If we needed to, we could get together.
I was about to say, I would go to Atlanta. That's cool.
Yeah.
If we need seem like she lives in North Dakota.
We probably do a few episodes together. Talk all right, if y'all do one lap.
If y'all do, let me know. I'll pull up and y'all give me some real man eating questions.
All right,
bet.
Okay.
We'll let you go.
Be a little live.
Right?
No, I'll pull up.
Awesome.
All right.
We appreciate you.
No problem at all. I'm about to go eat. Y'all have a good night, ladies.
Enjoy.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, let us know what you think, guys. What are your opinions?
I think we got some comments.
Advice, when it comes to
Santana said shots fired. What he was talking about? Shots fired where? Who shot fired?
Santana said I shot fire because I agreed with Shantae when I said I don't want no bum either. Somebody with a great work ethic.
I mean, that's true.
Like, yeah, like who wants to be the
who wants to, okay. We understand that some men might not have it at the, you're not at the best point of your life, but who wants a guy that has a bum mentality? If you don't have a mentality to grow, why would I want to be with you? You're a bum. You're always going to be a bum.
Listen,
you don't have no other mentality to be better.
What I learned in my 34 years?
You're grinding out there to put forth the effort to do what you need to do to get that coin and grab that bag, secure that bag, like secure bag.
At this point in my life, if you're not chasing a bag the way I'm chasing my bag,
you say you can't last more than 15 minutes. I think when Shantae was talking about lasting more than 15 minutes.
Oh,
what happened?
So not me. Shots fired because Shantae said. See, look, people thinking it's me. It ain't even me. Shantae, you said they couldn't last more than 15 minutes when AD said that he be talking to them and they be saying how they gonna do it 7 times a day. And...
Oh, well, listen.
Oh, he said he don't deal with bums either. Laziness is a no-go. That's what I'm talking about, Santana.
Right? Even as a man, don't deal with no bums.
Who is this? Because wait, I left my other.
She gotta be your backbone.
I left my other phone, so I can't see the comments.
Okay.
Hold on, y'all. Let me go grab my other phone because I want to keep.
I don't know who you are. It's just
Hold on.
Damaged Goods. What's your name?
Hey, Damaged Goods.
Hey, okay, somebody else before said that's not always the case. It's often labels that restrict artists, don't have the same music and I don't know. Careers. I mean, I guess you're talking about Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion being whatever I guess what they produce. I don't know.
I think I know what you were trying to say. It kind of seems like maybe you typing pretty fast and wasn't able to type.
All right, I'm back.
But I think what you're trying to say is, women sometimes don't have the same control over their music as men do, which is
I think that's what I was trying to say.
Which I kind of agree with, which is why I agree with AD when he said he feels like it should be more women execs and women producers.
Exactly, because the men are the music executives. There's more music executives that are men than I don't even think. Are there women executives?
I'm
Plus
sure
there are
a few. Yeah, I don't know.
Music
I don't know
executives.
Them, but
music
do you know
executives?
Any famous music executives that are women?
I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't follow music like the way I used to, but back when I was growing up, there was.
I mean,
there was a lot of female executives who put on a lot of the famous acts that we know and love from the 90s. So I'm pretty sure if it was back then, I'm pretty sure they got it now.
But
but at the same time, I just feel like as women, we probably influence it as well. Even if there is a woman music executive, there is still probably men that say, hey, this is not going to work. This is not going to sell. Even if, and I feel like that's when it comes down to everything, why they produce music the way they do. Because I feel like Cardi B, when she first started rapping, she didn't rap about sex. She started rapping about hood shit.
She sure did, and she was a whole gangster.
She was a whole gangster. I mean, yeah, it sold, but I feel like she didn't really start rapping about fucking and all that until she got married, and that's how I feel.
No, I can agree. There's definitely some room for growth, but Santana said
because her album dropped. I mean, she has to. It's supposed to be a 50-50. It's supposed to be a 50-50.
Yeah, no, he's just talking about men being bums and sometimes not holding up their end of the bargain, or just, a partner in general not holding up their end of the bargain because you're not actually going out there and doing what you need to do to hit that pavement and secure a bag. You leaving it all on one person. Like, when you turn the light on, that shit costs. When you run the water, that shit costs. When you flush the toilet, that shit costs. When you charge your phone and put something, no, seriously, when you put something in that outlet to use that energy, that shit costs. It runs
everything we do.
Everything you do costs. So when you have more than one person in the household doing that stuff, you need to hold up your end of the bargain.
I feel like there's different terms of 50-50, and I don't like getting into that conversation.
Well, I ain't really talking about 50. I just mean holding your end of the bargain when it comes to taking care of like whatever your is. You know what I mean? Not being a lady.
Whatever works for you as a couple.
Yeah.
If it's 50-50, that's what works for you.
Right.
Everybody got their own opinion on that. But
unless you have an agreement with somebody to say that you can stay home and not do nothing. Now, if that's your agreement. That's your agreement. But don't be putting words out there if you ain't gonna hold up to it.
That's true. Facts. But now let's get into our new VP.
Kamala Harris. Am I saying her name right? Is it Kamala or Kamala?
I don't know if I said it right.
It's Kamala.
Kamala sound better. Her name is Kamala now.
Kamala. Kamala. Kamala.
I don't like Kamala. I like Kamala. Kamala sound more Indian. Ain't she Indian?
Sorry, Madam Harris. Yes, she is. She
is.
Yeah.
She's Indian and black.
Let's just call her Madam VP.
Right? So our first black vice president.
Mm-hmm.
First
and
black
woman.
Yeah.
Woman.
I must say it
first black.
It felt good. It did something to like it.
First woman, first black woman, and first black vice president.
It does.
I don't care for Kamala, whatever. I don't care for her. I mean, I personally didn't even like her, or don't like her like that. But she did. I feel like she still, we still got history in there as a community that I really appreciate.
I feel like
it's what she represents.
A lot of people, I think a lot of people don't like her because of some of the things that she had to do in the last, with being prosecutor in California.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And district attorney and all that. And she gets a bad rap for that. I do think that people dislike her because of that, because they feel like, here you are, this black woman who has helped incarcerate so many of our black men.
That's not why I like
and
her.
I agree. However,
that's not why I don't like her.
That's why a lot of people don't, though.
Okay, but that's why I don't like her. So let me finish real quick. So that was the reason I did not like her. But I did understand that when you have a job to do, you still have to do the job description. So she couldn't go in that office and just do what she wanted to do for the homeboys. She still had, there were laws in place, and she got to abide by that law. So she had to do what she had to do. So I kind of, I'm not going to say I give her a pass, but I'm giving her an opportunity to show what she's going to do to rectify all of that. Because now she's in a position where she can make those kinds of changes. So I'm going to salute her regardless, because number one, she's black, she's West Indian, Caribbean, we got a Jamaica Wagwan in office, you know what I'm saying? And that is huge. It's monumental. We don't have, we never have. I could look at my daughter and say, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? Because now we have somebody, so when Barack Obama got into office, I could look at my sons and say, if you want to be the president of the United States, you could be the president of the United States. Now I can tell my daughter the same exact thing. So I think regardless of whether we like her or dislike her, the fact that she's the first woman, the fact that she's the first black person to ever hold, she's she's the second in command. Like that's
She literally made history in 3 different categories when we think about it. First woman, first black person to be VP.
Period.
And first black woman.
Jamaica feeling saucy tonight. No, I agree. I think it's what she represents. She, like you said, she has Native American in her blood. And to me, that speaks volumes given the territory that we're on. Being that she can be the face of the person who's second in command on the U.S. soil. Think about that.
I didn't even know she had Native American in her. I knew she had Indian. I didn't know she had Native American too.
Yeah. She but the one thing I just didn't agree with her.
Was it Indian or Native American? I thought it was Native American.
It's Indian. Her mother's from India. Her mother's an Indian immigrant.
Okay.
Oh, I thought her mother
still the first
Native American. Yeah. Okay. I mean, still,
her mother's an immigrant. Yeah, she says that all the time. Her mother is the first, came here from India.
The only thing I didn't like about her when she was saying previously that she wasn't black. That's what I didn't like.
Did she say that because she's an AKA?
I
don't recall her ever saying that.
I was about to say the sisters get on her.
Not saying that she was saying that she was repping that she wasn't really all the way black. You know how mixed girls, and I'm not saying
but she's not.
Anybody don't say this, but she was a mixed girl that she thought she wasn't really black. And she didn't claim, she was black, but she didn't really claim as a black woman. That's what I'm saying, because she had an Indian mother. She felt like she was just.
I don't think that's true though, because like I said, she's an AKA. I don't really think you get more blacker than that.
She went to Howard, right?
What?
Then she went to Howard University.
Yeah, I get it, but she also was claiming. Let me go find it.
Here's the thing that I say about mixed. This is the thing that I say about mixed people. When you are mixed and you look more like one side over the other, people have
you breaking up.
Wanting you to say this is what you are and complete multi. Am I breaking up? Can y'all see me?
Hold on.
It's like breaking up.
Go ahead.
What about now?
Yeah.
Better?
You good now.
What I was saying is, when it comes to people of mixed race, a lot of the times, whatever race you look like, that's what people want you to claim. So if you look more like the black side, they want you to say you black. But then you're dismissing the whole other half of you.
Right.
She can't just come out and say, I'm a black woman. Yes, we know you a black woman. We can look at you, baby girl, and tell that's emotions perm any day. We know you black, but she can't just say that she's black, because then she's denouncing everything else that she is.
Right.
Same thing with Barack Obama. He can't just say, "Oh, I'm just a black man," when you got a white mother. So you can denounce the whole other side of your family? That doesn't make sense to me. I think it's fine for her to say she's mixed race or multiracial or whatever, without her having to necessarily say, "Yes, I'm only black," because that's not the case. That's not her being true to herself.
Right, that's true. I agree. I think Tiger Woods.
I agree with you, girl.
People got on him about it because he wasn't gonna. And you got to think about it.
That is true. People will come around Barack Obama about that too.
Yeah, children are close to their children are close to their moms. So you also have to think about that too. It's like, in the case of Tiger Woods, his mother was Asian. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not just gonna, I'm mixed with black. You can see my father. You can see who he is. But I also have this part of my culture too. And I love my mom. I'm not gonna denounce that. So I think it's unfair for us to make people feel like they have to choose one or the other.
I guess.
And that's
either way, them being elected don't mean we not gonna be up in their ass. We still need to be up in their asses, and people still need to go out and vote every 2 years in your community and know what it is you.
That's true, because your community is what really is gonna change, and not these people. They're not coming in Orange County and caring about your ass.
Not only that, they're the
face. And I will say this:
speak for us, but they can't solely make. And that's the thing that people forget when Barack was in office. He couldn't approve something. He was the face. So he could go and present something.
And he had to present it to somebody.
Exactly.
That's what everybody expect them to always be able to, oh, I'm going to do this. Yup. Yeah. No. That's not going to happen.
You know what I felt? This is the best way that I can explain it. The best way that I can explain it is like when you running for school president.
Right.
And you get up there and you be like, oh, I'm going to put new vending machines in the cafeteria. I'm going to change up the lunch menu. And you make all these promises. And then you get in the office and they be like, yeah, we're not doing none of that shit you just said.
Exactly.
And you realize at that moment that you got very limited power.
Yeah, you just...
Their power is not... Donald Trump made people think that their power was unlimited. But I just want y'all to know that 90% of the shit he did was just not okay. And it was not in his damn job description. So, with that being said, these people have a job to do. There's checks and balances. There's House, there's Senate. There's a way that we have to do things. And now, hopefully, it go back to normal. Because he was just out of control.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy he gone. Y'all could have put my dog Suki in office and I would have been happier than having Trump. And I'm just being honest. I'm just being perfectly honest. So
not the Yorkie.
Yeah, Yorkie, put the Yorkie up there over Trump. Put the Yorkie up there. Oh, but seriously, I mean, now I can at least have some pride in the leaders of our nation. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no pride whatsoever in the current administration, and I cannot wait to see it change hands. Not to say that I'm a fan of Joe Biden or anything like that, and I'm gonna be very honest, the only reason I voted for him is because he put Kamala Harris on that ticket, and when he did that, I was like, I'm voting for everybody black, so that's how he got my vote.
Issa Rae that ass.
I really didn't give two shits about him. I want everybody black to win. Am I wrong for saying that? Because that's just the way I feel. I want everybody black to win.
Hold on. She will fit the problem that she will face as the first black VP.
Jamaica, you cracking me up right now.
Hold on.
Wait, Santana. Hold on, Santana said. What he say, boo? What he say, boo? What he say?
We only got a few more minutes on this fucking live. We gotta get to the last little comment. Hold up. Dennis said the problem she would face as the black VP is that she does anything less than a perfect job. Racists will use her as, what the last one did example.
I agree with you. I think there's going to be negativity in anything anybody does. There's always going to be a hater. There's always going to be somebody who's opposed.
And of course, she's not going to be that first person. And a lot of things, I feel like they're going to just hate on her regardless. Even though she's a vice president, they still going to hate her.
And she's, she's not.
They're going to hate her, period.
Exactly. She's not going to be able to appease to everybody. Not everybody voted for her. So, of course, there's going to be people who have some stuff to say about it. But I also feel like people
especially the racists.
Exactly.
And I also feel like people have to understand we are electing imperfect people. Every single one of us, if you're a human freaking being, you're not a celestial being, you are imperfect, which means there's gonna be flaws, there's gonna be mistakes made, and looking for somebody to be perfection is freaking ridiculous. Yeah. So if you are in that category, then you're fucking ridiculous and we don't care.
Huh?
Right. Clearly. Because I mean, and I will say this before we hop to the next topic, I did want to say real quick, if you're watching and you're in Georgia.
Shante, I'm going to let you know there ain't no next topic.
Oh, we already done? Well, let me say this real quick.
I want to hear your discussion topic. Is it gonna cut off?
No, it's not gonna cut off.
No, I want to hear you tell that story.
Oh, then we rocking, we rolling, we good. Anyway, so boom. I want to say real quick before we hop to the next topic, if you are in Georgia, please get out and vote in January because we got a standoff right now. So make sure, just how y'all turned up the last time at the polls, make sure y'all turn up again because we lit in Georgia right now. We done turned this shit from red to blue.
That's a big thing.
Keep that same energy come January.
Let's pause real quick. I forgot about that. That's big. That's big. Georgia became a Democratic state.
We voted Democrat for the presidential election, which turned it blue. However, we still have 2 seats that are at a standoff. So we have to get out and vote again. Okay, that's specific to Georgia. So we got to make sure we do our part come January. If it's time to vote again, get your ass up there and vote again. That's what I want to say about that.
And this is coming from somebody who don't even like politics like that. But if we want to see change, please look up your local, your local candidates and people who are running office in, the cities and states where you live, research.
Just not the president.
Yeah, get in there and make sure you vote for the changes that you want to see and put the best person you feel would be equipped to do so in office and go out there and vote. Don't just vote every 4 years.
Right?
Yeah, so many elections held in between that time, and the elections that are held in between that time be told sometimes they're more important than the presidency because that's gonna be what determines what's going on the local level. That's gonna be what's going on with your taxes. That's gonna be what's going on with your schools. That's gonna be all of that. So you need to be voting in these smaller elections.
Yeah, exactly.
To make sure that the local shit is taken care of. You understand? So I open discussion.
I mean, I decided to just, whip it. Here comes Jameer. Where the hand at?
Yeah, Jameer knew the time. Look, Jameer, he said, "Oh, I'm here for this."
Hey, friend.
You're about to die.
Hey, Mia. So I'm gonna kick it over real quick. So I've been in these Facebook groups during this quarantine. Now I was already a fan of some Facebook groups. I've met some really dope people through there that I ended up linking up with in real life and making some lifelong friends. But then there's some of these groups that I am in purely for the fucking entertainment, okay? Because these groups usually are private. So people feel like they can say whatever. And like one of the things that I noticed today in one of these groups was this lady wrote in asking for help. And she said her grandmother is 46 and pregnant by her husband. So grandma done swooped in and swooped up her granddaughter's man. Got pregnant by him. And she want to know what she should do about it. Oh, and by the way, her husband is her brother and their grandmother is the same grandmother. So homeboy got his grandma pregnant and she want to know what we can do to help her. Ma'am, nothing.
You need.
I don't believe her.
At this point, she didn't need nobody to help her. She knew who needs to help her.
Jesus, that's who you need to be calling on because what we supposed to do? Jamaica, I know you had came across something too.
No, I mean, I see your post. What was the other one? Oh, yeah. The girl that was asking about how do you find out if your man is cheating on you? And then she started posting like how she's seen stuff, she's seen videos. Girl, if you want to know It's right there. You ain't gotta ask her.
How do I get out of denial? Is that what you mean?
That's what she meant. Because you ain't gotta ask her, sis. You knew what it was. You see the proof. You ain't have to come.
You got videos.
Moral of the story, y'all. If y'all can watch all of the Netflix and Hulu shows and Prime videos that you can watch, go on Facebook and join some groups because these stories are funny.
No, I'm telling you, you go in there. Yo, just ask me and ask Shantae what's the link to the group. We add you.
Listen, sis, I will add you. Whenever I come across something crazy, I add Jamaica because
the antics sometimes. You don't like the ghetto activities a lot of times.
I always add Jamaica because Jamaica condones my fuckery. So I be in there like, let me tag Jamaica in this because I know she gonna come through and be like, nah, sis, this ain't it.
I'll be ready to
watch. Can I watch?
Shantae on it. Let me.
I'm gonna add you, Hattie. I'm gonna add you to these groups, and you gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" Like,
I mean, also, I don't like being, you know, I have my moments of ratcheticity.
I know it's all right,
baby.
But I don't mind watching it and being entertained by
it. There was this one girl asking what she should do because she let her best friend come stay at her house. And she think her baby daddy is creeping with her best friend. And
both of them.
A homegirl won't leave. Bitch. Wait.
I didn't see that one.
You in my house, sitting with my man, and you talk about you ain't leaving?
Y'all both got me.
Okay.
Go. Y'all go find a little hotel room.
You ain't gonna go, but your shit will.
Go get a little hotel room together.
All your stuff will be outside waiting on you to get home from work.
She better change them locks.
I'm telling you, it be all types of stories.
Wow.
They be having drama with their baby daddies not coming to pick their kids up on time. It be all types of stuff. I be like, go drop them kids off, sis.
Everybody be telling the truth.
Hold up, sis.
I don't know who be telling the truth, but the story be interesting. I don't even care if they lying.
And let me tell you, you know,
right.
You know it's gonna be good when you see anonymous posts because they don't want nobody to know who it is. So they send it to one of the admins and they be putting anonymous. When you see anonymous, you be like, yeah, this is gonna be juicy.
You be like, oh,
let me get my wine.
Oh man.
I want to watch. You know, I don't got my love and hip hop and my ratchet shows on right now. I want to watch.
I got you. I'm gonna add you, Hattie, because this shit is pure comedy.
Pure comedy. Anyway, guys, I guess we can wrap it up now.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, we had a good time. Good show.
We love y'all. We love y'all for commenting. Whoever commented that it was better than last week, so we appreciate y'all being here on time.
No, they wasn't even one time. They was early.
Waiting in the room.
Yup. We like that. We like that.
That shit was a little lit.
You are appreciated.
Yes.
Keep that energy next week. We need it.
See y'all next week, same time, 7 to 8 for our Talk to Us.